Officer of the External Relations Division 1, and we both will be the MCs for today's event. The ceremony will begin very shortly. Following the ASEAN Secretariat Health and Safety Protocol, we seek your kind cooperation to keep your mask on during the ceremony. Please also switch your mobile phones to silent mode. Thank you. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, before we begin, we would like to make a few announcements. First, in case you haven't noticed, snack boxes are available at the foyer. Just please do not bring them inside this hall. You may also pick them up at the lobby on your way out after the ceremony. Second, the ASEAN Secretariat gift shop, located on the first floor, is conducting an ASEAN Day 55 sale throughout the month of August. When you are back in ASEC for other events or invitations, please check our ASEAN-themed merchandise to show your support. Third, we would like to thank our sponsors for ASEAN Day 55, Regazza Perfume, who generously provided support for the hair and makeup of our staff, ushers, and performers. Sheraton Grand Jakarta Gandaria City Hotel for sponsoring the ASEAN Day 55 cake, and HyperNet Company for providing us an extra bandwidth of 500 megabytes for today's event. Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the arrival of the Secretary General of ASEAN and the Minister for Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Indonesia. Please remain standing for the singing of the ASEAN Anthem to be led by the ASEAN Secretariat Choir. Please be seated.
Before we continue with our celebration, our in-house choir, the ASEAN Secretariat Choir, would like to serenade us with a couple of songs. First, they will sing Arapia, a folk song from the current ASEAN Chair, Cambodia, where it is usually sung in gatherings or special days to encourage people to sing and dance together. And finally, the choir will perform a song entitled Lisoy from the incoming ASEAN Chair, Indonesia. It is a folk song from Batak ethnic group, and it describes the closeness of Batak people to each other at all times, as seen through their unity in sadness and happiness. The traditional cloth the choir members are wearing is called ulos, which is typically a Batak woven scarf. This sacred object is a symbol of blessing, affection, and unity. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, may we present to you once again the ASEAN Secretariat Choir.
for the ASEAN Secretariat Choir. Thank you, team. Your Excellency Ibu Retno Marsudi, the Minister for Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Indonesia. Your Excellency Dato Lim Jokoy, Secretary General of ASEAN. Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. After 2 years of online celebration due to the impact of COVID-19, it is our utmost privilege to welcome you all to Nusantara Hall of the ASEAN Secretariat for this special event. The COVID-19 pandemic, no doubt, has caused a lot of loss and disruption to our lives. However, it has also provided us with the opportunity to rise to the challenges and solidify our efforts to move forward together, stronger. The theme that we have chosen for the 55th anniversary of ASEAN.
To continue, we would like to kindly invite the Secretary General of ASEAN, His Excellency Dato Lim Jokoy, to deliver his welcome remarks. SG Dato Lim, the floor is yours.
Her Excellency Ibu Retno Marsudi, Foreign Ministers of Republic of Indonesia, Excellencies, friends, ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning, selamat pagi. It gives me great pleasure to welcome you to the ASEAN Secretariat as we celebrate the 55th anniversary of the ASEAN. Today's in-person event is a clear indication that the region is gradually and safely reopening for business after 2 years of hardships caused by the COVID-19 pandemic. In this regards, allow me to express my appreciation to Her Excellency Ibu Retno Marsudi for her personal commitment and tireless efforts in ensuring ASEAN unity and cooperation. Her presence here today is a testament of her continuous dedication to ASEAN cause. Excellencies, friends, ladies and gentlemen, thanks to our effective pandemic response and guided by the ASEAN Comprehensive Recovery Framework and its implementation plan, we have emerged stronger, safer, and more resilient as a community. Our trade volumes have returned to a pre-pandemic levels, and ASEAN's economy is forecasted to grow by 4.9% this year and 5.2% next year. Meanwhile, the entry into force of the Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership this year demonstrates the ASEAN pivotal role in contributing to the regional peace and growth, to better life of our people and provide opportunities to all. Notwithstanding these achievements, we must remain vigilant against the ever-present risk to our economy and recovery. Disruption to the supply of key commodities, rising costs in food, logistics and transport, as well as economic slowdown in major economies, are projected to push more people into extreme poverty unless adequately addressed. We should therefore take heed to the past experience in order to better prepare for the future shocks. One key lesson of the pandemic is the importance of the whole of ASEAN community approach. To this end, I wish to highlight 4 key areas going forward. First, as the global linkages become more complex, new solutions are needed by committing more to regional integration and cooperation. No less of it, upholding the principle of open regionalism, as well as ensuring ASEAN centrality and unity in evolving regional and global architecture should remain the bedrock of our community building efforts. ASEAN's driving role in bridging together our external partners is a testament of our ability to consistently uphold these principles. Second, ASEAN will need to ensure that initiatives embracing digitalization are effectively implemented. This will enable us to create a thriving digital economy in the region of 463 million internet users, and which is expected to reach 300 billion by 2025. At the same time, we must continue to improve our productivity and competitiveness in these new drivers of growth by investing in the region's human capital and providing greater access to health, future-ready education, skill training, and lifelong learning, as well as reliable social protection system. Third, we should pay particular attention to the region's youth as agent of change that will play an indispensable role in our post-pandemic recovery. ASEAN should expand opportunity for young people to participate and contribute in policy making as well as community development. Initiatives such as the first ASEAN Youth Dialogue as well as ASEAN Junior Fellowship Program are part of our efforts to enable them to play a larger role and more meaningful role in building a more equitable, inclusive, greener community. Fourth, we need to re-strategize the way we live based on environmental principle of sustainability and resilience by mainstreaming them across all areas of our works. ASEAN should accelerate its green agenda in areas such as sustainable climate, biodiversity management, sustainable livelihood, circular economy, and energy efficiency with renewable energy. Excellencies, friends, ladies and gentlemen, the past 55 years of ASEAN have shown that only by working together can we effectively deliver economic prosperity, social advancement, and long-lasting peace for our region. This message also clearly reflected the spirit of this year's theme of ASEAN Act, addressing challenges together under Cambodia Chairmanship of ASEAN. As we look forward to the next 55 years of ASEAN, we renew our pledge of solidarity with one another to address common challenges together and bring more opportunity for all of us. Thank you. Happy ASEAN Day. It is now my honor to invite Madam Her Excellency Foreign Minister Ibu Ratno Marsudi of Indonesia to deliver her key remarks.
Thank you very much, SG Datuk Lim. Excellencies, it is now our distinct honor to invite the host of the ASEAN Secretariat, represented by the Minister for Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Indonesia, Her Excellency Ibu Retno Marsudi, to deliver her 55th ASEAN Day remarks. Your Excellency Ibu, the floor is yours.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Secretary General of ASEAN, Dato' Lim Jock Hoi, Excellencies, Ambassadors, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. Selamat pagi, very good morning to all of you. Colleagues, people say that anniversaries are opportunity for reflection on the journey taken, the stride made along the way, and the road to come. Looking back, I can confidently say ASEAN is the best thing that happened in our region. In fact, I could not imagine this region without ASEAN. ASEAN role has been critical in keeping peace in the region. That has allowed us to focus on the economic cooperation and turn Southeast Asia into one of the largest, fastest growing economies. Colleagues, just because ASEAN has stood the test of time does not mean it can be complacent. Our 55th anniversary comes at a time of great upheaval. Trust among nations is in short supply, while zero-sum mentality is rampant. Great power rivalry continues to disrupt the stability in the Indo-Pacific region. At the same time, many regional flashpoints show signs of escalation and have the potential to turn into an open conflict. Internally, ASEAN is also challenged to find a solution as a family to address the crisis in Myanmar. We are deeply concerned that we have not seen any significant progress by the military junta in Myanmar in implementing the 5-point of consensus. We do not need words, but deeds to implement the 5-point of consensus. Allow me to quote the chair of ASEAN, Prime Minister Hun Sen of Cambodia, during his recent meeting with the ASEAN foreign ministers. ASEAN should not be taken hostage by the situation in Myanmar, and ASEAN must move forward. Colleague, we must not let the issue of Myanmar define ASEAN. We have to fulfill the wish of our people to live in peace, stability, and prosperity. One of the preamble paragraphs of the ASEAN Charter stipulates our adherence to the principle of democracy, the rule of law and good governance, respect for and protection of human rights and fundamental freedoms. The importance of this principle is also reiterated in Article 1 of the ASEAN Charter. On this anniversary, therefore, let us repeat our call for the military junta in Myanmar to fully implement the 5-point of consensus. Against this backdrop, it is important for us to also use this anniversary as a moment for resolution, to strengthen ASEAN, to safeguard its credibility, and to retain its relevance. There are 3 areas which should be our focus. First, consolidating ASEAN unity. Presenting a united front is critical. It reflects our strong commitment to the group's collective interests and our firm rejection to be a pawn in great power rivalry. But striving for unity cannot come at the expense of responding effectively to emergency situations. To be relevant, ASEAN must be able to address any challenges that may arise. Second, reinforcing ASEAN centrality. Centrality is not an end to itself, but part of a long journey. ASEAN must remain in the driver's seat in shaping and molding regional order. We are honored that our partners can join us on this journey. The guidance for the journey is crystal clear. Principles, values, including those enshrined in the UN Charter, the Treaty of Amity and Cooperation, and the Bali Principles. We have to continuously nurture strategic trust and mainstream paradigm of collaboration among countries in the region. After all, colleagues, we share common goals: peace, stability, and prosperity in the Indo-Pacific. So, we better make this journey pleasant for anyone, for everyone involved. Third, strengthening our reliability. We already have a wealth of mechanisms under ASEAN, including those we created with our partners. We must put them into good use for our people. Our job now is to identify what could be strengthened. And looking ahead, we must continue to innovate. Our challenges will continue to evolve, so our approach can no longer be reactive, but rather preventive and adaptive. Excellencies, ambassadors, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, celebrating ASEAN anniversary means celebrating its relevance to our people, region, and the world at large. I would like to repeat. Celebrating ASEAN anniversary means celebrating its relevance to our people, the region, and the world at large. I believe ASEAN matters and will always matter, not only for what it is, but more for what it does. That is what Indonesia will put forward in its chairmanship next year in 2023. Happy ASEAN Day. Happy ASEAN Day. Happy ASEAN Day. Together, stronger. Terima kasih. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Excellency Ibu Retno. At this point, we will hear a message from the Chair of ASEAN for 2022, represented by His Excellency Pra Sokhonn, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation of the Kingdom of Cambodia. His Excellency Minister Sokhonn actually wanted to join us live from Phnom Penh, but he is also hosting the 55th ASEAN Day celebration in the capital, so he sent us this video message.
Today marks the 55th anniversary of the establishment of ASEAN. Indeed, it has been a long journey. At one point in the past, ASEAN was a region struggling with its security, stability, and development problems. Now it is a thriving region where together we have turned suspicion into trust, hostility and confrontation into cooperation and development. With decades of relative peace and stability, ASEAN has prospered way beyond our expectation, with high growth development and a steady improvement of the people's well-being. With time, ASEAN regionalism has matured. Its role in the multilateral world is now widely respected and recognized. ASEAN has moved on to deepen and broaden its relationship with external partners in the spirit of mutual interest, mutual respect, and equality. With currently 49 parties to the Treaty of Amity and Cooperation, our relationship with our external partners have grown steadily from year to year, spanning multiple continents and reflecting ASEAN's growing relevance and significance in regional world affairs. In this context, ASEAN has worked very diligently to ensure that its centrality and unity are preserved and strengthened. In fact, it is the ASEAN centrality that is the primary driving force behind our substantive dialogue and cooperation with our external partners, particularly in the context of all ASEAN-led mechanisms. Recent rapid change in the global geopolitical landscape has presented monumental challenges for ASEAN. It is quite evident that over the past 55 years, challenges has always existed and have tested ASEAN limits, be they health-related, economic, or geopolitical in nature. But never before have we been confronted at the same time with so many perils for the region and the world at large. Throughout all these times, ASEAN had, without fail, managed to show our resilience by tackling them one by one in one way or the other. ASEAN has great opportunity to accelerate our economic growth through better connectivity. The entering into force of the Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement spoke volume of how ASEAN will capitalize on this mega free trade to re-energize our economic recovery. We have endeavored to embrace the fourth industrial revolution so that we can advance our industrial transformation and the digitalization of our economy. This year, Cambodia has the honor and privilege to assume its role as the rotating chair of ASEAN for the third time. And our chairmanship theme of ASEAN Act, Addressing Challenges Together, clearly reflect the need and sense of togetherness to focus on our agenda for peace and cooperation. I am happy to say that last week, we were able to bring the 55th AMM and related meetings to a remarkable success, overcoming the many burning issues and tremendous challenges of the present time. We firmly stayed focused on our community building efforts. We continued to enhance and expand our cooperation with external partners, and we have shown that ASEAN is still standing tall and strong during this critical time of great uncertainties in the region and the world. As we uphold the ASEAN spirit of togetherness to consolidate our effort to achieve our goals of building a resilient ASEAN Community Vision 2025, we believe that ASEAN can forge ahead with confidence, driven by ASEAN core spirit of one vision, one identity, one community. I wish you all a very happy ASEAN Day. Thank you.
Would like to say hi to our online viewers wherever in the world you are watching.
Happy 55th ASEAN Day to our online viewers, and we hope you're able to catch the spirit of our celebration here.
Excellencies, distinguished guests, the name Sea ASEAN consonant is no longer new to many of us. Since 2017, every ASEAN Day, Sea ASEAN musicians from the 10 member states bring us to a wonderful musical journey that showcases the richness of ASEAN diversity. Today, we are privileged to welcome a Sea ASEAN consonant artist from Indonesia to join us in celebrating the 55th ASEAN Day. He will perform a song in Padang language about the elegy of Sijobang, a story of yearning for unattainable love and longing for home. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome Mr. Agung Hero Hernanda.
Tuanai jua dan nyodanai bagi jauh burung dekat titiran ninggo dingin yate eran tiang banget tuang mambuwe sarang daun pangadi palampamike nyowila kan tangka lapana jauh habana kan duang bajalan silaulah silang au juo kaang ampuang aro jangan ameu urang mana anti kosing ke umu kadipangagan pabilong maso kata mulai gadang rumah rang Minang, pudiang ameh paga halaman. Taga nak nyo baparintang, duduk nak nyo bapamenan. Taga nak nyo baparintang, duduk nak nyo bapamenan. Tuo jemudo nak nyo sanang, seni tradisi kita mainkan.
What a wonderful performance there from the multi-talented Pa Agung. Thank you very much. Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it has been 5.5 decades since ASEAN started its regional integration journey. Let's now travel back in time and reflect on this expedition through a video put together by the ASEAN Secretariat.
Five years ago, ASEAN was established to promote regional peace, stability, economic growth, social progress, and cultural development. To facilitate coordination among member countries, the ASEAN foreign ministers set up the ASEAN Secretariat in 1976, which was initially housed at the Department of Foreign Affairs of Indonesia in Jakarta. The late President of Indonesia, His Excellency Suharto, officiated the ASEAN Secretariat's new home in 1981. From an association of 5 members, ASEAN became a community with 10 member states. It has been able to foster deeper understanding, build trust, and forge partnerships to pursue common interests in the midst of diversity. The ASEAN Community was finally launched on 31st December 2015. The aim is for the region to be a politically cohesive, economically integrated, and socially responsible community. Currently, it is proud to be one of the fastest-growing consumer markets and biggest economies in the world. As the nerve center of ASEAN, and covering over 30 sectors in political security, economic, and socio-cultural cooperation, the ASEAN Secretariat required more space and facilities to fulfill the increasing needs of collaboration within ASEAN and between ASEAN and external partners. Through the generosity of the Indonesian government, the ASEAN Secretariat moved to a new building in August 2019 during ASEAN's 52nd anniversary. Just like the rest of the world, ASEAN was hard hit by the COVID-19 pandemic. For the first time in its history, the region's economy contracted. COVID-19, however, was also an opportunity for ASEAN to galvanize its solidarity by working together to overcome the pandemic and to build back better. Writing on multilateralism and the various cooperation frameworks that ASEAN has established with external partners, ASEAN is well poised to seize economic growth post-COVID-19, anchored on a strong commitment for collective and long-term recovery strategy. As ASEAN celebrates its 55th anniversary, we thank Cambodia for its able chairmanship in 2022, while we look forward to Indonesia's chairmanship in 2023 to remain a beacon of light for an open, rules-based, globally connected community that is agile and resilient in addressing challenges together and able to seize opportunities in the evolving regional and global environments.
We make along the journey. Strong is our commitment. Cohesion is our bond. Solidarity ignites our passion. And together we stand tall.
Today, we have the talented Ms. Vina Chandrawati, the first renowned Indonesian female sand artist, joining the 55th ASEAN Day celebration. She will bring us on a journey highlighting ASEAN's present and what can keep us strong as we face the future and address challenges together.
2020 and 2021 were difficult years for ASEAN due to the COVID-19 pandemic. And yet, ASEAN rose above hardships to tackle the challenges by working together. Through initiatives like the Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership and the ASEAN Comprehensive Recovery Framework, ASEAN stands ready to seize the opportunities for growth and development. ASEAN is also prepared to invest in the human capital, especially the younger generations. This story cannot stop here. Our collective determination must be passed on to keep our aspirations in motion and to ensure this vision is relayed to the next generations. The baton must be passed safely and securely. together through the spirit of empowerment, encouragement, and resilience. The ASEAN's vision will be carried toward the future by all of ASEAN people. This is the spirit that will be carried by all of us to build a community of opportunities for all. We are indeed stronger together.
Let's put our hands together for Miss Vina Chandrawati. Thank you, Miss Vina, for beautifully depicting how ASEAN has and will continue to better the lives of its citizens.
Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, recognizing the important role the youth play in advancing ASEAN's integration agenda, ASEAN commits to realizing their full potential by investing in their future. Last year, on this same day, we announced the partnership between ASEAN Secretariat and our accredited entity, Maybank Foundation, together with ASEAN Foundation, to award scholarships to most deserving students across the region and provide them the opportunity to study at a university within ASEAN. Please watch this short video.
Investing in future generation through education. The ASEAN Maybank Scholarship, a partnership between Maybank and ASEAN, an ASEAN-level initiative aims to promote an innovative approach to higher education and supports the realization of the goals of the ASEAN Socio-Cultural Blueprint 2025, committed to improve the lives of 1 million households across ASEAN by 2025 as one of Maybank's 4 sustainability commitments. Opportunity to pursue undergraduate studies within the region in leading universities in cooperation with the ASEAN University Network. The program embodies an innovative ASEAN approach to providing an immersive platform for our youth to grow. Welcome to the ASEAN Maybank Scholarship 2022 Award Ceremony.
Today, 3 students who bested 2,412 applicants will officially become the very first recipients of the ASEAN Maybank Scholarship. To award the certificates of scholarship to these 3 bright students are the Secretary General of ASEAN, His Excellency Dato Lim Jock Hoi, the Chairman of Maybank Group as well as Maybank Foundation, Tan Sri Dato Sri Zamzam Zairani Muhammad Isa, and the President Director of Maybank Indonesia, Mr. Taswin Zakaria. Meanwhile, Chief Executive Officer of Maybank Foundation, Mr. Khairuddin Abdul Rahman, will witness the presentation of certificates.
And now, we are delighted to welcome the 3 recipients of the inaugural ASEAN Maybank Scholarship to receive their certificates from our VIPs on the stage.
Our first ASEAN Maybank Scholarship recipient is Mr. Riem Chan Sokvat from Cambodia. Riem is currently studying at the National University of Singapore, pursuing a Bachelor of Science honors with major in data science and analytics.
Second, we have Mr. Tian Chung Swan from Malaysia, who is currently studying in Nanyang Technological University, Singapore, and pursuing a bachelor's degree of engineering in information engineering and media.
Finally, we have Mr. Okton Aung from Myanmar. He's currently studying at Chiang Mai University, Thailand, pursuing a bachelor's degree in economics. Your Excellency SG Dato Lim and esteemed Maybank officials, may we kindly invite you on the stage, please. Firstly, may we invite SG Dato Lim to kindly present Riem his certificate.
Thank you. Secondly, we invite Tan Sri Dato Sri Zamzam Zairani to kindly present Tian his certificate, please.
Last but not least, we invite Mr. Taswin Zakaria to kindly award Oktan his certificate. We will now have a group photo of the three recipients and our VIPs on the stage, please. Riem, Thien, Oktan, we wish you the very best for your future endeavors.
Excellencies, and our esteemed Maybank officials, as well as our scholars, thank you very much. You may now return to your seats. Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we will now be cutting a cake to symbolically mark ASEAN's 55th birthday. First, we would like to invite on the stage the Committee of Permanent Representatives to ASEAN, as well as all of our Deputy Secretaries General to accompany our VIPs for the cake cutting. Our permanent representatives and our DSGs, you may now please come on the stage. ASEAN is a big family, so we're giving them a bit of time to take their places. At this point, we would like to invite Her Excellency Minister Retno Marsudi and SG Dato Lim Jokpo on the stage to cut ASEAN's birthday cake donated by Sheraton Grand Jakarta Gandaria City Hotel.
Your Excellencies, Ibu Retno and SG Dato Lim, may we now kindly invite Excellencies to cut the cake, please. At the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Thank you, Ibu Retno and SG Dato Lim. Kindly remain on the stage for our photo ops. Our first photo op will be a group photo of everyone on the stage. The second and last photo op will be SG Dato Lim and Ibu Retno only. Due to the existing health protocol, there will be no ASEAN Way photo for now. We will give a 30-second opportunity for our guests who would like to take pictures with their mobile phones or pocket cameras, after which we will let the media and official photographers to take photos. You may take your photos now. Now, please take down your mobile phones and pocket cameras as we give way to the media and official photographers.
Thank you, Excellencies. We kindly request Ibu Retno and SG Dato Lim to remain on the stage while our DSGs and permanent representatives are kindly requested to return to their seats. Again, those who would like to take their photos from their mobile phones can do so first. So, Ibu Retno and SG Dato, kindly smile for our photographers. Thank you. Please remove your mask. Okay. And now we will have the press and our official photographers.
Thank you very much, Your Excellencies. May we now kindly invite Excellencies to return to your seats, please.
We would like to end our 55th ASEAN Day celebration on a happy note. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome on stage Mr. Isnaini Akdiat and his musical ensemble ASEAN Orchestra, who will first perform their original composition, The Beauty That We Are, which became the soundtrack of the ASEAN Pavilion at Expo 2020, Dubai. This song talks about the beauty of ASEAN working together as one. They will end with a rendition of Over the Rainbow to remind us all that after all our challenges this past 2 years, the dreams that we dared to dream will really do come true. This performance is made possible with the support of Pa Isnani himself.
Ladies and gentlemen, may we present to you Pa Isnaini Ahdiat and the ASEAN Orchestra.
Good morning, Mr. Secretary General, Mrs. Indonesian Foreign Minister, Excellencies, and greetings from us to the big family of ASEAN countries. We are all gathered here today to live our dreams, hand in hand toward a better future. We are the Indonesia Symphony Nusantara Orchestra, will present the song, The Beauty That We Are, specially written for ASEAN's unity.
million people crossing 2,000 miles away. Memories of history, rising hope and dignity that changed to a brighter day. Unity in diversity, together as one. Palito papaya, Mangalito Santosa. No boundaries, no distance. It's hard to be the greatest one. ASEAN speak fair, humbly. Symphonies of harmony, those flags waving high, facing new world and change, side by the future's in our hands. From Manila to Mandela, Angkor Wat to Seria, radio bag and camera, set a plan for a great journey along Anthem to Hanoi. Symphonies of harmony, those flags waving high, facing new world and change, side by side. Friendship for life, me and you, yes we all. Blessing to our Lord, unity in diversity, together as one.
Thank you. We have prepared additional song, Over the Rainbow by Amanda.
Isnaini and ISN Orchestra for the heartfelt performance. Excellencies, before we conclude our program, the ASEAN Secretariat would like to thank the following for their contributions to our celebration today. Ragazza Perfume for generously providing support for the hair and makeup of our staff, ushers, and performers.
Sheraton Grand Jakarta Gandaria City Hotel for sponsoring the ASEAN 55 cake.
And Hypernet Company for providing us an additional bandwidth of 500 megabytes for today's event.
Please make sure that you have collected your 55th ASEAN Day souvenir at the registration table, and if not, please do so as you make your way out. Also, snack boxes are available, and you may take them before you leave.
For those attending the ASEAN Maybank event, please note that due to overwhelming response, we have kept the seats to 60 for health safety reason. Those who registered are advised to proceed immediately to the gallery on the ground floor right after this ceremony. The general seats are on a first-come, first-served basis. Due to COVID-19 protocol, upon reaching full capacity, entry to the gallery will be restricted, and we seek your kind understanding. Excellencies, our program is now concluded, and we thank you all for coming to our 55th ASEAN Day celebration.
ASEAN 55, stronger together.
May we kindly request Excellencies and distinguished guests to remain seated as Minister Retno and SG Dato take their leave, please. Thank you very much, Excellencies. We wish you a good day.